Starting the carnivore diet can be a little intimidating. Understanding the what, and more importantly the why of this diet, can leave people feeling a little bit lost. Luckily, I found some incredible resources. YouTube channels, Facebook groups, books, movies that made my transition so much easier. Today, I'm giving you my top 10 resources that helped me the most in my first 2 months. If you're starting carnivore or just want to learn more, this is where you should begin. Let's carve into it. Hi, I'm Joe. Welcome to Blood and Butter. Before we jump in, I want to be clear. This isn't just a random list of resources. These are the ones that personally helped me the most as I started my carnivore journey. Some focus on science, others on more real-world experience, but they all played a key role in shaping how I approach the carnivore diet. I'll also throw in some honorable mentions and some resources I'm excited to dive into soon. This is also my top 10 list. I'm sure there are some terrific carnivore creators out there that I haven't even heard of yet, and your opinions may differ from mine. But for now, let's get into my top 10. Number 10, Fat, a documentary. Starting with something easy to digest. Literally. I'm a movie lover. Sitting down to enjoy a proper carnivore documentary while carving into a steak is a real treat. Fat, a documentary, and its sequel break down the history of bad nutrition science, the lies we were told about fat, and why low-carb eating makes so much sense. If you've ever wondered how we got to a place where ultra-processed food dominates our diet, this is a great watch. It also introduces you to many of the doctors, reporters, and influencers in this space, the same names you'll hear referenced over and over again. Number 9, Dr. Paul Saladino, YouTube. Now, Saladino is one of the most controversial voices in the carnivore space. He started off super strict, but pivoted to a more animal-based diet with some fruit and honey. Whether you follow that approach or not, his deep dive into micronutrients, anti-nutrients, and the role that organs play in nutrition is fantastic. I appreciate his scientific viewpoint, but what really stands out to me is the spirit behind his approach to lifestyle. You don't have to agree with him on carbohydrates or grass-finished beef to appreciate his mindfulness. Not just about what he eats, but how he lives. His health-first approach to everything from food to environment is something I find inspiring. Number 8, Dr. Eric Westman, YouTube. Dr. Westman has been treating patients with low-carb diets for years, and his approach is all about keeping things simple. No gimmicks, no overcomplications, just real sustainable strategies for cutting carbs and improving health. What makes him even more credible is that he's still working with patients every day. He's not just talking about low carb, he's actively treating people with it, seeing real world results in a clinical setting. And let's be honest, speaking out about this goes against a lot of mainstream advice. The fact that he's willing to put his reputation on the line to share what he sees working, well, that takes guts, and I have a lot of respect for it. Number 7, Carnivore Diet for Beginners, Facebook group. If you're new to the carnivore diet, this Facebook group is a solid place to start. Tons of beginners ask questions here, and while you'll see a mix of opinions, you can get really good insights into what works and what doesn't. Just be ready for a lot of just eat meat replies. But what really makes this group stand out to me are the personal stories. Every now and then, I see one that really kicks me in the head. Real people putting serious diseases into remission and sometimes reversing them altogether. And let's be honest, sometimes seeing a before and after picture of someone who looks like you, that can be all the motivation you need to keep going when this shit gets tough. Number 6, Dante Ferrigno, YouTube. Dante is one of my favorite creators in the carnivore space. He's a guy with a no-nonsense, straightforward approach to this diet. And he's been on carnivore for over 4 years. His 3-year recap video was crucial for me in my first 30 days. It gave me a real vision of what my future could look like on this diet. That video really stuck with me, and I absolutely love this man. And Dante, on the off chance that you ever see this, that haircut in the before times, wild, my man. Number 5, The Big Fat Surprise by Teicholz. This book completely changed how I see the history of nutrition. It breaks down exactly how we ended up in this low-fat, high-carb mess and exposes the flawed, even corrupt science behind it all. Nina doesn't just skim the surface. She dives deep into famous studies and methodically dismantles them, piece by piece. Even the most optimistic person will be left questioning everything they thought they knew about food. She doesn't pull a single damn punch. If you want to understand why mainstream dietary advice is so broken, this is a must-read. Number 4, Kerry Mann, YouTube. Kerry runs the Homestead How channel, where he tells the story about getting off of all of his medications, fixing his gout, sleep apnea, mental health, all things that I've struggled with myself. But what sets him apart is how he lays out a path for anyone to clearly follow. He makes it undeniable that this way of eating changes lives. And now he's carving his face into the carnivore Mount Rushmore by orchestrating a documentary called Healing Humanity to show the world that there is a better way. But what really earns him a spot at my number 4 is how much of his time, energy, and platform he devotes to sharing other people's success stories. It's not just about his journey, it's about helping other people reclaim their health and their lives. Amazing work, Kerry. Cheers to healing humanity through the power of a proper human diet. Number 3, Dr. Robert Cywes, YouTube. If you struggle with food addiction, this is the guy to watch. Dr. Cywes doesn't just talk about the science of carnivore. He dives into the why behind our eating habits. Coining the name the Carb Addiction Doc, he shares insights into emotional eating and carb addiction that really hit home for me. His marriage of medical practicality and scientific research is perfect to me. But to get more specific, his video on gout was the most influential part of my first 30 days on carnivore, and it kept me from running away when I had a really bad flare-up at the beginning. Because of this video, I was able to find a regimen that worked, and I'm still gout symptom-free since my second week on carnivore. I owe a lot of pain-free days to you, Doc. Number 2, Dr. Ken Berry, YouTube. Dr. Ken Berry is probably the best known carnivore doctor on YouTube, and for good reason. He's no bullshit, breaks everything down into plain English, and has a ton of videos on everything from cholesterol myths to oxalate dumping. He's number 2 on my list because he's the first resource I share to anyone who's looking for entry-level information. I've had multiple people come to me asking for information on diabetes and pre-diabetes management with the carnivore diet, and Dr. Berry's videos specifically on diabetes reversal are the first place I send them. He's a pioneer in the space, and he's certainly become one of my role models. Number 1, We Are Legion, We Are Bob by Dennis E. Taylor. This book is an incredible exploration of science fiction through the lens of, I'm just kidding. I just love this book series so much, and more people should read it. Number 1, The Carnivore Diet by Dr. Shawn Baker. This is the book that started it all for me. It's straightforward, to the point, and makes a great case for why carnivore works. Whether you're just curious or fully committed, this is the one book I recommend to anyone interested in this diet. When someone needs quick, simple answers, I send them to Dr. Berry. But when someone is seriously thinking about making this lifestyle change, this is the book they need. Dr. Baker dives deep into the science in a way that's powerful, but approachable. And the stories of his patients, unbelievable and inspiring. No matter where you're coming from, there's something in this book that will speak to you. Dr. Baker, as a fellow veteran and carnivore, I salute your service to our country and to this incredible community I'm proud to be a part of. Honorable mentions. Now there are a few resources that didn't make my top 10, but are definitely still worth checking out. Dr. Anthony Chafee, YouTube. Science heavy, great carnivore breakdowns. Dr. Boz, YouTube. More of a keto focus, but lots of helpful insights. Steak and Butter Gal, YouTube. Great for community and meal ideas. Also, as a married person whose spouse is not completely carnivore, it really helps show the dynamic of a married couple in that situation. World Carnivore Tribe, Facebook group. A bigger community, but can be a little chaotic. There's a little bit more carnivore bullying that happens in this group. The reason it's not on this list is because I feel like the beginner group has a little bit more of a helpful spirit, but I still love these guys. Fat, a Documentary 2. Sequel to Fat, a Documentary. It's not quite as good, but it's still a great watch. All right, here's some more resources that I'm excited to dig into in the future. The Carnivore Code by Paul Saladino. Again, Saladino's not for everybody. When he released this book, he was fully on the carnivore diet, and I'm excited to get his take on it. Stay Off My Operating Table by Philip Ovadia. Dr. Ovadia is a surgeon who wants to help people by solving their metabolic health first and surgery last. Lies My Doctor Told Me by Dr. Ken Berry. Dr. Berry's book has been on my list for a while, and while I'm sure it echoes a lot of what he says on his YouTube channel, I'm excited to get into his long form works. Ultra Processed People by Chris Van Tulliken. In this book, Chris poses the question, why do we all eat stuff that isn't food? And why can't we stop? I'm excited to hear a non-medical take on the larger societal problem of ultra-processed food. Chris Cooking Nashville, YouTube. Chris has an awesome YouTube channel where he and his wife get methodical on the world of carnivore cooking. From breads that don't suck to carnivore chips. I've seen very little, but he seems like a mad scientist I'd like to benefit from in the future. Reviews of some of his recipes are coming to the channel in month 3 for sure. Subscribe if you want to see that. And of course, We Are Legion, We Are Bob by Dennis E. Taylor. Seriously, read it. So that's my list. These resources helped me a ton when I was starting carnivore, and I hope they help you too. So what about you? Drop a comment below and let me know what resources have helped you the most on your carnivore journey. If you got something out of this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps get this info out to the people that need it. This way of eating isn't about perfection, it's about learning what works for you. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.